Hello, I'm Gina T. Welcome to Compel to Impact, a channel where you can renew your mind and transform your life. If you haven't listened to episode 65, that's a good place to start to understand your most important relationship and why it should be your life focus. It should also explain some of the things I'll talk about in this episode. I believe the entire world is coming to a time of more conscientious choices. Those who are feeling the pull to being more honest with themselves and others might need to step up in a bigger way. It doesn't mean that everyone needs to have a vision to make a huge impact on the world, but there's a plethora of people who need to answer the call to be a leader, even in your own life. Whatever has been happening in these past few years, which most of us have a strong opinion about, it seems that a huge shift is now necessary and inevitable. It's an important time to have a deeper understanding and make better decisions. If you prepare yourself or begin now, you will be able to move through the coming years with a little more ease. Of course, we never know what the future holds, even if there are predictions or certain expectations or, oops, I lost the word in my head, but cornerstones, I guess, that are showing that the world is going in a certain direction. We just never know. These years only seem more precarious. However, absolutely nothing is ever guaranteed. There are a few things you can have control over. One, you can have control over your thoughts. Two, you can have control over your emotions. And three, you can have control over your actions. This is your personal responsibility. When you take this seriously and work on it every day, you become the leader and hero of your own life. There are other moving parts to this, but I want to focus on how you are able to use these elements of yourself to protect and preserve all your relationships by taking control as the leader of yourself. When you practice these activities every day, you are giving a gift of confidence and inner stability and congruency to yourself. In addition, your steadfast integrity will build stronger, calmer bonds of security and loyalty in all of your relationships. How can you make or increase these benefits so they are permanent and eventually spread to everything you do? It's exciting that when you become an expert in the investments you make into your most important relationships, you can't help but spread it to all your other connections, including those surrounding your health and every area of wealth and resources. Now, like I said in the last video, I don't just mean money. Our resources are abundant. We just need to tap into them, and most of them come from knowing who you are on the inside. First, understand how valuable each human is, beginning with yourself. It really doesn't matter how many positive words or thoughts you force into your morning routine if you don't own your value and responsibility. If you don't believe it and treat yourself in alignment with your intrinsic value, your misalignment will only cause trouble. It's as if you have your car completely detailed and the engine completely overhauled, but your wheels are out of alignment. These parts are perfect. The parts that are perfect mean nothing if driving the car out of alignment causes more stress on you and your tires, since they will wear out unevenly and could cause you to swerve out of your lane and cause an accident. It puts stress on the driver to keep a harder grip on the steering wheel, which is the equivalent of fear causing you to use control over others and situations around you instead of controlling yourself. Does this make sense? I can't think of another analogy right now, so I hope it does. But we see it. We see it with people using whatever means they use to try and control other people rather than using it to control themselves in their own lives. That does not add value. What adds value is taking responsibility for oneself, and using self-control and self-discipline to make sure that you are going on a decent path and you're not going to veer out of the way because you not only have your car detailed on the outside, you look good, and you not only have your engine overhauled, but you're in alignment. Okay, so the first point is to understand your value, the value of each human, and how your thoughts, words, and actions must be congruent with the standards which are most important to you. Second, take time to reflect on your day. It only makes a slight difference if you do it in the morning or night, so it really doesn't matter, but do what works best for you. Don't skip this step, since it's important to assess your communication and relationship within yourself to make sure you stay on track. Look at all the different aspects of your day and all your interactions. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes, maybe a little more if you keep a record so you can see how far you've come in a short time, as well as what works. In other words, writing in a journal or whatever you use. This will also help you stay on track with your goals of protecting and preserving your relationships. And always have a little celebration for yourself for all the hard work, because it takes time, and it can be hard work because you're going to trigger yourself and you're going to get things that come up that you will need to deal with. In these processes, remember that you can only control yourself. Someone else's reaction or response is relative to where they are at in their own process. It needs to be okay at this point. The changes that are demonstrated in you will be an example to others around you. They may or may not say anything about what they see, but your most important focus should be on the changes that are most important to you to live a more excellent life. This brings us to the third point. It doesn't take a special person to become a leader unless you can see yourself and everyone else as special enough to be a leader. Every one of us can and should be brave, strong, and concerned enough to take personal responsibility for our own thoughts, emotions, words, and actions. It doesn't matter who did or said what. There's no room or energy for blame when theory becomes reality. Doing the necessary work every day to consistently become the person you are capable of being and the masterpiece you are intended to be will make you an effective leader. Preparation is the answer to being able to handle any situation as they come up, almost without being surprised or blindsided. A good leader is not a bossy bulldozer. Telling everyone what to do with arrogance or condescending attitude is not the way to be a leader. That's just a bossy bulldozer. A good leader is willing to learn and be teachable, who listens well with empathy and responds with respectful communication. Other qualities of a good, effective leader are gratitude, integrity, self-awareness, and courage. These are things we can develop within ourselves. It's not something that you either have or you just never have. You can develop it, and that's part of personal responsibility. Making decisions and being a good example, as well as encouraging others to own to their own forward motion, as well as celebrating their actions, are all part of being a leader who contributes more value to relationships and the well-being of others. Remember, you are valuable. You can be a leader in your own life. If you choose to take it further into your work or passion, you will have already done what is necessary to expand your life in the confidence you need to protect, preserve, and contribute to every relationship in your life. Okay, that is it for now. Thank you for listening to my channel, for subscribing, sharing, and interacting. Keep seeking and learning. Stay open to possibilities of grace, compassion, and love. And as always, live excellently, give generously, and love lavishly. Ciao for now. Mwah.